is having a mask really bad at all?
Yes, naharapin mo yung problema mo, you're also fighting for your psychological health or self.
Hindi siya natatapos sa tinala kasi parang you're fighting. Every day you are fighting to for yourself. Siguro I believe that there is grace under pain. Magandang gabi po sa inyo. Gabi na kasi usually ang podcast ko, guys, is umaga. Pero this is the first time that I have a different person with me. It's sabi ko sa inyo no last podcast, I was talking about um the first topic was trauma, and then the second topic that I talked about was the abuse. And because of that, whatever it is that you have heard from me, ang nagpasimuno talaga niyan, it's because of her. None other than Miss Tony D. Siya yung, I would say, the person who helped us meanings during the time of distress.
Medyo strong, heavy. Hello.
Yes. Si Miss Tony D. Valderrama, right?
Baliktad.
Baliktad ba?
Miss
Vistone
Tony
Valderrama
Valderrama.
D. Okay, Vistone Valderrama D. So, today, it's gonna be a sit-down talk because I haven't seen Miss Tony for a very long time. I think the last one was when we had a talk during the meet and greet.
Yeah.
I think that was the last one. That was way back 2016. And it's already 2024.
Wow.
Ang dami nang nangyari, no? Napasarap, actually, before this, napasarap na yung usapan namin kasi we were talking, iba talaga, Miss Tony, pag yung kausap mo that could really connect to a person like me. At this time and at this age, it's very rare that you get people who could understand and help you go through things. Kasi not a lot of people has the time and not a lot of people have that capacity. Like, uupuan ka talaga and would really help you process things. Miss Tony has been my go-to whenever I have some sort of dilemma. You hear me talking about things, no? Akala nyo parang ang galing-galing ko, pero well, I learned from the best. Well, si Miss Tony, can you tell me more about yourself, Miss Tony? What do you do? Sige, you introduce yourself to us.
So, I'm Miss Tony D. So, sige, sabihin natin, I'm a life coach.
Mm-mm.
So, I am involved with, sa ngayon, isang NGO that works with survivors of online sexual exploitation and sexual abuse. So, I've been doing what I'm doing for the last 16 or 17 years already.
Tagal.
So, yeah, and I'm still a work on progress kasi ako rin may sariling issues. So,
Yes.
kumbaga, ang hirap, kumbaga nasa ministry of, people helping ministry. So, ang hirap magbigay ng help if ako mismo may pinagdadaanan din. So, yun nga, katulad mo, I also do my part in terms of helping myself. Kung paano ako mag-connect sa sarili ko. Kasi it's kind of hard for me to connect with other people if I have a lot of things going on in my head, in my heart, na hindi ko siya hinaharap. So, yun yung ginagawa ko ngayon. That's why I went back to school to, kasi I want to further yung, alam ko sa sarili ko, kulang pa yung skills ko. So, I need further training to equip myself in terms of helping people. So, nandun ako ngayon.
So, it's a never-ending learning.
Yeah, yeah. And it's a grace of God kasi yung journey ko ngayon, although, yun nga, more on ACADS, pero at the same time, nandun yung parang grace ni God na there's a time na I need to focus on myself, on my healing as well. So,
Tama yung sinabi ni Miss Tony that, you cannot give what you don't have. Diba? So, you really have to, kumbaga yung self-care muna.
yeah.
Importante rin para sa katulad.
Kasi yung self-care, it's not just going to the spa,
Yes.
yung manicure, pedicure, salon. It's not just only doing those things for yourself. It's also about setting boundaries, knowing where you are in terms of how you relate with others. So parang dito papasok yung ano yung kaya kong ibigay na hindi ako madideprive emotionally. Ang dami kong minimit na tao, syempre minsan nakaka-drain. So doon ako pumapasok ngayon na paano ko tutulungan yung sarili ko kung emotionally drained na rin ako. So minsan na nangyayari sa akin, kumbaga, yung stress ko, napoproject ko din sa family ko, sa kids ko. So, mahirap siya. So, parang nandun yung battle sa isip ko na, nako, nandito ako sa helping profession and yet, parang alam mo, nagiging hypocrite ako. Parang sa mata ng client ko, I can be with that person. Pero pagdating na dun sa family ko, parang nag-iiba na yung itsura ko.
Actually, totoo yan. I could relate. Kasi sometimes when we try to talk to people, you give your 100% eh. Pero pagdating sa bahay, parang kasing, I feel, no, na parang meron kang, parang pag nagtanggal ka na ng damit, it's me, I'm Tony. Pero when I'm in front of these people, I miss Tony.
Diba? It's hard kasi nga, parang I have to apply what I preach. Pero, yun nga, kasi we have, lahat naman tayo may triggers and hindi naman nawawala yan. And because of those triggers are blessings. Because it gets you, parang it helps me face my own giants and Goliaths. So, pag hindi ko harapin yung mga ganong triggers ko, paulit-ulit siyang nandun lang. So, kaya mahirap siya dun sa part ko ngayon kasi nasa helping profession and yet, I have to really, parang walk my talk.
Okay, Miss Tony. Now, when did you start to have that, yung profession that you are doing, yung what you're trekking na right now, is it something that ever since you are interested into, or is it something na parang dumating lang ba siya, or it's a calling for you? How did it happen?
Okay. Lagay ko to sa application form ko. Okay. So, recall ko lang. Actually, ano pa nangyari? So, college yun eh. Kasi sa all-girls school ako. So, yung first choice ko was mass comm. Second choice ko, psychology yata. And then sabi nung madre, kasi sa all-girls school, so madre yun nagpapatakbo. So sabi niya, doon ka na lang sa psychology. So inisip ko, ang naisip ko agad, yung parang couch, si Freud, was nakahiga. So parang, parang gusto ko yan. Tapos at the same time, kasi yung father ko was a policeman. So, sa investigation siya. And for me, yun nga, nung high school yata, basta elementary, mahilig ako magbasa ng Nancy Drew. Kasi detective stories eh. Although nung college, tinuha ko na ngayon psychology. So parang theories of personality, Freud, ganyan. So wala pa masyadong impact sa akin kung saan ako pupunta.
Okay.
And then, kasi I'm a Christian eh. So, year 2000, so meron akong friend na nag-share sa akin ng gospel. So, from there, siguro, year 2003, so sabi ng friend ko dun sa church, merong may counseling sa AGS. Kasi dun ako nag-take ng Christian counseling eh. So, nag-pursue ako ng MA in Christian counseling sa AGS. Tapos, from there, kasi doon, required kami mag-undergo ng counseling din. So, doon ko nakilala yung, nag-start makilala yung, may issues pala ako. Right? So, doon ko rin na-start pag-usapan yung issues ko sa buhay, yung personal life, how I was brought up, kung gaano rin ka. Kasi I came from a very dysfunctional background. So, doon nag-start gumulo. Hindi mo siguro gumulo. Basta nag-start ma-shaken. Kasi nga, in high school, magulo ng buhay ko from one relationship to another. So, because of what happened to me in the past, kumbaga siya yung naging blueprint ko for my relationships, how I manage relationships. So, from there, nag-MA na ako sa counseling, nag-undergo ng therapy, and then, hindi pa rin, yung mga core issues ko, hindi pa rin siya talagang nadideal.
Mm-mm.
So siguro nito lang 3 or 4 years ago, I think that's one of God's way for me to deal with my own issues.
Mm-mm.
Kasi nga, all throughout no sa profession ko, pag nagka-counsel ako or I do my practice, hindi ako makakonect emotionally. So when I talk to people, I hear them, I see them, but it's so hard for me to connect.
Mm-mm.
And I'm having a hard time kasi parang all the things I'm saying to them based on my intuition.
Mm-mm.
Pero walang emotions doon.
Mm.
So, after several years with this particular client, biglang, kausap ko siya, biglang I could feel her pain in her chest physically. So, parang, oops, parang I could sense something. Not just the emotion, pero I could also sense the physical aspect of the emotion.
Mm-mm.
And from there, I think, siguro I believe na it's God's gift.
Mm-mm.
It's way for me to siguro minister to people who happen to have the similar situation as I had. So from there, nag-grow. So skills-wise, nandun din yung grace ni God na na-develop yung skills.
Mm-mm.
Hanggang sa ngayon, parang kumbaga kung tatrabaho ng ibang work, hindi ko nakikita yung sarili ko. So, I know, ito yung pinag-usapan natin kayo, ba? Finding yourself.
Mm-mm.
So, parang this is where I am now in terms of how I work with people. I deal with
So it's more of like a calling to you, more in a sense, no?
calling.
Would you call it as like a
yeah,
calling then?
calling, a career. But it's really, parang dito ko mas maximize yung potentials ko. This is where I know na, why, this is me. So, this is where it's more of, medyo, in terms of sa isang aspeto ng sarili ko, parang, wait, medyo kilala ko na. Baga, in terms of authenticity, this is where I see myself na, dito ako authentic in such a way. When I face people or clients.
So I think I kind of get where she's coming from kasi that's also what I feel at the moment, no? And just to share, it's that interest kung sa kanya yung friend mo yung nag-spark sa'yo nung like, uy, parang may pumitik na issue. That's the time din na lumapit ako sa kanya. That's the time din also na parang, uy, may kailangan akong harapin. And that's it. I think it leads you to understand yourself more. Parang we have that thinking kasi na we already know ourselves somehow, no? Na parang growing up, parang, okay, ako to, ganyan. Pero in reality, there's still a lot of layers, no? Na parang hindi mo talaga siya madidil in. Like, akala mo na you know yourself right now, pero when you come to realize there's a lot of layers, it's, sabi nga ni Miss Tony, it's like onions. There's a lot of things that you need to peel. So, and that's when I discovered na parang, wow, how amazing it is na parang that you could journey inside yourself and also discovering yourself and, find meaning to things. At this time, maraming tao ngayon talaga are in really need of help, and mental health issues as they call it, no? I mean, very rampant yan ngayon. Ang dami ngayon nangangailangan ng I think depression, yung word na depression, I don't know in your case, Miss Tony, years ago, like year 2000, you rarely hear that word depression or anxiety, panic attack, or now it's you can throw it anywhere. Those words, you can throw it anywhere. But what is really happening right now as you see it?
Yung Philippines parang nasa 4th place siya or 1st in Southeast Asia.
In Southeast Asia, wow.
Na mataas yung mental health issues.
Wow.
So, depression yung isa doon.
Yeah.
So, kasi when you see depression, maraming types yan. Hindi lang yung, kasi, parang cliche na siya, malungkot,
depressed ka. Oo, yun nga. Oo.
So, it's how we label or use label or words to identify it. Kasi kung yun nga, kasi culturally, yun talaga yung nakikita ko sa ating mga Pilipino na we are not used to validate, recognize, acknowledge feelings, emotions, right? So for example, may little boy na for example 2 years old, umiyak yan. So nagiging culture natin, huwag ka umiyak or gusto mo paiyakin pa kita lalo, right? Ano ba umiyak ka? Ano mo naman, parang medyo parang effeminate na thing. So naging weak yan. So because of those words, because of those labels, syempre 2 years old, what do you know naman? Dun sa world na umiyak lang ako, kumbaga because of those judgment, na-form yung ganung mindset sa bata na, there's something wrong. Kasi nagalit sila, and this is what they told me, na parang mali. And because of that, tapos hindi rin siya na-validate. Walang nag-comfort. Walang isang secure base or someone na magko-comfort dun sa bata para lang ma-relieve. Right? So, nangyari sa bata, hanggat hindi siya na pa-process, na pag-uusapan, dala-dala niya yung ganong parang mindset, parang ganong feeling belief. There's something wrong with me. And because of that, hanggat hindi mo siya hinaharap, nagkakaroon siya ng mga consequences. How you relate to yourself, how you relate with others, may impact yan emotionally, psychologically, mentally. So, kumbaga, kaya ganun na lang siguro yung rise niya sa mga mental health issues is because isang concerning factor din is we dismiss, gaslight, invalidate yung mga issues na pinagdadaanan growing up as a child. So, hindi siya nabibigyan ng importansya because we invalidate yung mga feelings na yon. So, because of that, kakaroon siya ng nagsistay siya dun sa utak natin, and that becomes our world, inner world. So, influence siya ngayon. So, as an adult, yun yung nagiging framework mo, internal structure na there's something wrong with me. And this is the way I need to survive, so this is how I behave now. Clear ba? Or medyo magulo?
Tama. Correct. I get you. Hindi, I understand where she's coming from kasi yung thought kasi natin na as Filipinos we're not allowed to speak up. And I think I told our viewers last podcast that culturally tama yun, historically we are trained not to speak up. We are colonized by the Spanish, the Japanese, the Americans, and we are trained to shut up, to not talk. And it has been passed on to us. And, it's hard because I think ngayon, parang yung rise ng depression sa Philippines and yun nga, yung mental health issues, gaya ng panic attack. No, I think 20 years ago, it's not that prevalent or hindi siya ganun kasikat nga. Kumbaga parang atin lang, lungkot
kasi
lang.
Hindi siya na pag-uusapan yan yet, nandun na yung generational
patterns.
So siguro ngayon, mas isasabi na ng mga Gen X, yung mga they're more
Vocal.
And yet, yung pag-verbalize nila, probably it's a desperate way for them to reach out na, uy, I am hurting, I am sad. Probably, sasabi lang, may depression ako, may anxiety ko. Sinasabi nila yan because there's something going on. Kaya lang hindi talaga siya na pag-uusapan. So, feeling mo, baka nag-iinarte lang yan. And that's our culture.
Exactly. I would agree. Sobra. Pag yung sinabi mo na, may nangyaring ganito, nag-iinarte lang yan. It's actually part of the, I think that's just one part of the problem why we are, most of us, like me, growing up, siguro, yun din yung nag-trigger sa atin, I would say, na parang, kaya rin siguro tayo napunta dito sa ganitong, kasi parang, yun tayo growing up, parang everything was like, you have to keep it.
Yeah.
And it's a desperate call for help.
Yeah.
And
it's hard.
It's hard. Yes.
It's painful.
And especially for our kids, now that we have kids, we don't want that as much as we can. No? Of course, we get triggered by it, but the difference is we are more aware.
Yeah. So at least yung self-awareness, that's a start to healing. Kaya lang kasi, minsan, yung self-awareness sometimes, na-overcome siya ng unconscious materials pa rin.
Mm-mm.
We've become aware of our own issues, and yet we're also, alam mo yun, parang fixated on certain parang coping mechanism for us to survive psychologically. So aware, and yet you are still doing the same. Parang alam mo yung patterns, hugot in the past. So for example, sa case ko, so let's say father ko, magagalitin. So medyo nakuha ko siya.
Mm-mm.
Right? So hirap akong putulin yun because of the certain triggers, certain aspects, certain factors. Pero at the same time, I'm aware na ganun ako. So there's another dilemma for me kasi, nasa helping profession ako, and yet I'm doing the same thing as what my father did. So parang, nagkakaroon ako ng shame, nagkakaroon ako ng
And how do
guilt.
you deal with that?
I talk to God.
Mm-mm.
I complain to God. I question God. Pero, yun nga, so far, as I've started yung doctoral program ko, I think that's isa yun sa grace na binigay sa akin ni God. Yung pwede ko siya kausapin at that point na ma-feel ko na, kasi yun yung parang nagigets ko ngayon na I just want to be honest with myself how I relate to God. Na I don't need to feel guilty kung kino-question ko si God, because this is me and God. This is between me and God.
Mm-mm.
Parang
Mm-mm.
kung may magsasabi sa akin, bakit ganyan yung question mo kay God? Bakit ka, alam mo, parang nandun yung judgment na hindi ka ba, kasi yun yung parang usually sa mga culture. Pero ngayon, na-realize ko na nandun yung grace ni God. Na basta ang goal ko is that's the reason why I pose that questions to God is for me to know Him more, because I want to seek Him more eh.
Yes.
Pero nandun pa ako sa point na because of my own issues, yung consequence ng trauma and abuse ko, it's kind of hard for me to really hear siguro yung voice ni God, kasi yun yung isa sa mga issues ko.
Mm-mm. Yes.
Pero at the same time, yung mga nangyayari sa akin ngayon, nandun ako sa point na I need to go back to myself. Na
Mm-mm.
instead of ako nakafocus lang ako sa iba ko, kasi isang major issue ko, kasi nga, nandun yung issue ko sa fear of abandonment, fear of
Mm-mm.
rejection. So because of that, before, for example, kasi nabully rin ako. So
Mm-mm.
parang mataas yung issue ko talaga sa rejection eh. So pag may narinig ako, for example, sa group, hindi ako sinama, super affected na ako doon. Masasaktan ako kasi na-reject ako before eh. Sa how I was raised, diba? Sabihin natin ng nanay ko. So I don't want to get into
Yeah.
detail.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
So pero yun yung isang issue na nagkaroon ng consequence sa akin. So madali akong makaramdam ng rejection.
Mm.
That was before nga, 4 to 5 years ago. Yan, dun medyo nag-change yung how I see myself. Kaya dumating na ako sa point na with the same situation, similar situation, pero hindi na ako masyado affected. And I believe that's the grace of God.
Yes. Yes.
Na hindi na ako kumbaga more on, dahil doon sa mga questions ko kay God, siguro yun yung way niya for me to seek Him more.
Mm.
Right? Kasi alam ko hindi niya ako nilalet go eh.
Mm-mm.
Maski pangit yung mga sinasabi ko sa kanya, internally, it's between me and God. And yet, God provides a way for me to see through kung ano yung kailangan kong harapin. So, parang ganun. So, nandun pa ako ngayon sa journey ko na hindi pa 100%.
Yeah. I agree. I think what a lot of people don't maybe not a lot of people don't understand at this point na when they think of healing or parang ang dating kasi sa kanila na once you know yourself or once you already acknowledged a certain issue, that's the end of it. That's one thing. Pero what they don't realize, it's the start of that's just the beginning
Yeah.
of really the work no na sinasabi kasi Buti pa nga yung hindi mo pa alam. Pwede kang, alam mo, hindi ko alam eh. Pero yung alam mo na,
Parang ignorance of the law excuses no.
yes, and that's where you really have to be really aware of like, hindi ka na pwede magbulag-bulagan kasi you're already there. And I agree na when we question God, I think no ang stand ko, ang belief ko naman din is that I think mas gusto ng Diyos na authentic ka when you question Him. Because that's where your humanity stands eh.
Yeah.
Alam niyang authentic yung laman ng puso mo. Kaysa naman yun, huwag akong magalit, bawal akong magalit, pero sa loob mo, halos patayin mo na sa, diba? It's inauthentic. And I think no, God really will resonate because He became human. So, human as He understood us in a human sense, He would really, touch us and would want to know us in our humanity. Diba?
Yeah.
Kaya parang, na ano ko rin yun. Dati kasi parang sabi, it's also the term, no? If we, nandun na tayo sa psycho-spiritual in a sense, no? Pero more of like, nandun din yung we abandon our emotion.
Yeah.
Diba? If you're not being true to yourself when you talk to God, you're also abandoning your emotion. Na-abandon mo na yung sarili mo. Abandon mo pa sa, diba? Parang, ano
Yeah,
na?
kasi that's our go-to.
Yes.
Because we are so used to that. We are so familiar with that kind of dynamics. So, parang nandun na, hindi parang, talaga na-develop yung mindset na we have to repeat the cycle.
Yes.
Kasi for us, kasi yun yung, dun tayo familiar eh. Parang nandun pa yung fear of the unknown. Pag hindi mo ginawa yan, mas nakakatakot siya. So might as well, dito ako sa comfort zone ko. Na even though I keep on repeating the same thing all over again, at least, I'm safe.
Yes. The familiarity.
Familiarity. Imbes na baguhin ko yung sarili ko and yet I don't know kung saan yun. So mas nakakatakot siya. Right? Pero kaya lang kasi, the only way out is to go through the pain. Wala kang
Wow. Oh, that's I think I really, yung word na the only way to get out is to go through. And that is, I think, the goal na I think everybody should be, I mean, we cannot demand, hindi naman natin pwede diktahan yung mga tao to think this way, pero the fact that yung pain kasi we always, pero lagi natin tinatakbuhan. We were so fearful. And understandable kasi masakit eh. Diba? It's pain. And it's something that,
And it's also neurobiological kasi utak natin, number one objective is to feel safe.
Yes, and to protect ourselves from
Kaya
harm.
Mga Pilipino sasabi, ay, pinakamasayang tao sa buong mundo. Kasi daw sa resiliency.
Yes. But resiliency in a facade of
it's our way to survive.
Yeah. Coping mechanism.
It is normal, it is valid. Kaya lang kasi ang question dun is, healthy pa ba yun? Nakatulong pa ba sa'yo yun?
And that question leads me to this question. And until such time, resiliency becomes toxic.
Yeah. And we like the word resilient kasi, uy, good vibes yun ah.
Yes.
Pero sometimes we distort the meaning to fit in our way of living.
Yes.
Kasi dito tayo familiar eh. So, babalik ulit dun sa familiarity kung saan ako mas comfortable. Kasi once na binago ko yan, example, yun nga, bunaw na yung mundo, tawa ka pa rin ng tawa. Kasi this is how I survive. Kasi pag hindi ako tumawa, umiyak ako, the pain might be too overwhelming for me. So, tawa na lang ako para at least makayanan ko pa mabuhay. So, parang ganun yung
so it's like a coping defense mechanism. It's a shield.
It is a shield. And again, super valid siya, super normal. And question again, hindi from time to time makakatulong to ease some anxiety, to ease some pain. Pero pag ginamit mo siya as part of your lifestyle, as part of habit na siya, hindi na siya healthy. Kasi every time we do that, na we use defense mechanism na negatively impacting our mental health already, compromise ang ating mental health and physical health. Kasi stress yun eh. So, pag magamit tayo ng coping mechanism, we are under stress.
Mm.
So it means compromise yung immune system natin. Kasi physically, wala namang harm. And yet inside of us, nandun yung need to survive
Mm-mm.
emotionally. We need to suppress. We need to, yun nga, parang set aside
Mm-mm.
yung reality ng emotional messages. So hindi siya healthy kasi you disconnect yourself from yourself.
Mm-mm.
So the more we use mga defense mechanism, we're creating more false selves.
Mm-mm. Yes, and that leads me to, and this is something that really interests me kasi when I ask her what's gonna be the topic that we're going to talk about, and I'm really like, I was reading, I did my reading prior, there's a lot of theories, no, from sa mga nagsa-psychology, Freud, Jung, who else, marami pa sila, no. Pero what sets apart is the objection relations theory. That really something that I think I read that before, but I never really like talagang lumalim doon. I just, nabasa ko lang siya. Can you please tell me, Miss Tony, what is this theory all about? And why is this? Is it something that, kasi there's a lot of theory in psychology, di ba? You said, psycho, ganito, ganyan. But do you think this is much closer to us?
Sa akin, closer siya.
Sa'yo mas close siya. Okay. Sige.
Kasi object relation theory, it's about yung mga primary caregivers natin, for example, parents, or kung sino may mga caregivers na nagpalaki sa atin, nag-alaga as children, malaking epekto niya how we form ourselves. Right? So, for example, kung may secure base na sinasabi So, itong object relation theory, it's from Winnicott. So, siya, psychoanalyst. So, ang sinasabi niya doon, yung early relationship, it's very vital, crucial in the development of the self. So, for example, yung family mo, yung parenting style, o kaya kung saan ka lumaki, medyo negative in a way. Kumbaga, walang validation ng feelings. O kaya
dysfunctional to make it short.
Dysfunctional, may neglect, emotional neglect. Ibig sabihin, hindi nabibigyan ng importansya yung nararamdaman. So when that happens, yung bata, yung lahat ng mga naramdaman niyang hindi magaganda, magsastuck lang yan sa utak and sa feelings. And lahat tayo, yun yung sabi ko kanina, pagkapanganak mo pa lang, lahat yan puro emotions. Parang nabubuhay tayo sa emotions. And lahat na tayo puro unconscious material. Nafa-form lang, nagiging online lang yung ating part ng utak na may logic, language, connected sa language, 2 to 3 years old. Right? So kung naka-experience tayo as a baby, as a child, as a toddler na mga negative experiences, lahat yun, for example, yung baby na, parang may dala-dala akong baby. Tapos, ang ginawa ko sa kanya, nilagay ko lang siya sa crib, tapos bigla siyang iyak ng iyak. Tapos hindi ko siya papansinin. And you see the terror. Yung walang nag-aalaga, walang nag-a-address, walang nag-a-action ng needs niya. Ano pakiramdam ng baby na mag-isa siya doon? Walang
nag-a-attend, oo.
Yung so much terror siguro. It's too much for that baby to hold. Na because of that experience, alam mo yun, pwede siya matuto na yung feelings niya set aside na lang for that baby to survive. So pwedeng dun moments yung nag-freeze na lang.
Oh, shucks. So as early as 2. At that, I mean 2. I mean after coming out, meron
pang yung studies na inside the womb, meron na siyang mga...
Yeah, oo, I saw nga meron pa yung nandun pa lang. So na-adapt na nila yung the feelings of the parents and stuff like that.
Because it's mostly emotions.
Emotions, yes. And I kind of understood kasi dito culturally sa mga Pilipino, hayaan mo yan para matuto maging independent. Diba? Yeah. So, hayaan mo yung umiyak na umiyak. Kaya yung sinasanay ninyong buhat-buhat yan.
Baka daw ma-spoil.
Baka daw ma-spoil. Pero,
12 months old pababa. Hindi pa nga ito nagpo-form yan. Di ba? 2 to 3 years old to. Magpo-form yung thinking brain. So, how can a 12-month-old think?
Yes.
Hi, Mama manipulate ko si mama.
Wala pang gano'n. Wala pang na-sense ng gano'n, di ba?
Wala pa siyang kasense. Ang alam lang niya, feelings, emotions.
Yes.
Hindi ako natin, okay? Tapos, yung alam mo din yung mga baby, pag sobrang nanggigigil kasi gutom, kaya may something going on in them, tapos hindi na-address. Parang saka, it's all emotions.
Yes.
And then, iwanan mo. Paulit-ulit. And because of that paulit-ulit scenarios, that formed the baby's mind, I'm neglected. I am unloved. I am unworthy.
Oh, shucks. That's heavy.
It is heavy. And what is so heavy and worse, it's been happening hindi lang sa akin, probably hindi lang sa'yo, probably sa iba pang mga Filipinos.
Yeah.
Who have the same or similar situation. Kaya,
And it's kind of like I kind of realized it just now kasi when I did my reading, no, yung hindi pa na-form, ang unang instinct kasi ng bata is yun, 'di ba, kay Freud, no, medyo technical lang yung ID na tinatawag. Di ba, yung parang yun yung parang yung instinct, yung parang yung hunger, yun pala kasi yung alam nila, 'di ba? Pero basic needs. So pag hindi mo na-attend yun, yan yung magfo-form na, ito yung kumbaga yung formation ng subconscious na doon pa lang siya. So pag mali ang subconscious, I mean not the subconscious, pag mali yung formation doon sa subconscious,
because of the
bad experience, it could manifest into the conscious level even
as adults.
Oo.
So, for
Yes.
example, yun nga, neglected ka emotionally ng bata, ng baby. So as an adult, pwede magkaroon ng issues sa intimacy. So, it's kind of hard to form deep connection with another person kasi, yun nga, parang magbibigay ng love, ng care sa ibang tao. Kung ikaw mismo, you don't know how it looks like.
And it feels like.
It feels like because you never had that experience.
Yes.
So, nangyari, pasapasahan. So,
Okay.
yung bata, lumaki, hindi na process, nagkaroon ng family, napasa sa bata, lumaki ulit yung bata. So, from one generation to another, pasapasahan lang siya ng hugot. Kaya, hindi siguro, on the rise, yung mental health issues is because of how we were raised. Na pasapasahan lang siya ng issues.
Tapos ngayon, mas may boses pa ngayon. Kasi unlike before, ngayon, parang social media, if you cannot say it, post it. Diba? So it's kind of like
cries for help.
Cries for help na, yes.
So parang, okay, at least nava-verbalize, nava-vocalize. Pero, and then what? Yan, I'm crying for help, and yet, alam mo, parang ibang way lang ng expression. Before nga, sabi mo, hindi siya masyado nasasabi. Kaya nasasabi, pero parang similar yung pattern.
Yeah.
Sabi mo man hindi. It's the same.
So, how do you foster? Now, my question is, now that we know that these are, kasi itong object relations theory, talagang no? Kumbaga yung, sa infancy pa lang, na to? Nagsisimula pa lang, kaluluwal mo pa lang, meron na siyang, kumbaga, kagad to, delicate pala tong part na to. So, for parents or soon to be parents or yung mga moms or like, if you're thinking to have a child or, how can a parent foster, how can we prevent that from happening? I mean, what can a parent do, first-time parents do, so that this would not happen? Or what should be the ideal? Is there such thing as ideal ba na kailangan gawin?
Kasi hanggat wala ka doon sa situation, ang hirap gumalaw, right?
Yes.
Siguro sa marriage, o kaya pre-marital, magpa-pre-marital session, parang doon pa lang, unload mo yung mga issues ng family of origins. At least you have an idea na ito yung haharapin mo. Kaya importante na yung awareness na you have to hindi fix it. You have to know yourself kung meron ka bang baggage, may hugot, or something like that. So right there and there, at least napag-uusapan siya. And there's open communication between the husband and the wife, or yung mag-ano pa lang, na paano nila i-work out yun.
Mm-mm.
Right? So you can go to a counselor for counseling, at least to help you process kung ano yung mga leftover issues stemming from past issues.
Mhm.
Kasi mahirap yung pumasok ka sa isang sitwasyon na wala kang
Bala. Oo.
bala, right? Hindi pwede yung larga ka ng larga and yet dugoan ka na pala.
Yes.
Diba? So, hindi ko masasabi na merong ideal setup. It's more of, before you go to any relationship, siguro importante nga, yun yung, pwede ba ako mag-quote ng mga
Sige,
Bible
yes,
verses?
yes.
So, ang isa sa lagi kong parang ini-include pag may mga Christian clients ako is yung sa second commandment, na love others as you love yourself. Yung first commandment is love God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Kaya lang kasi, paano ka magbibigay kay God ng praises with all of yourself kung hati yung sarili mo because you are so focused on dealing with your issues. Right? So because of that, dealing with your issues affected din yung how you deal with yourself. So dito papasok yung pwedeng, di ba may term na parang people pleasing. And yung people pleasing na yon, kumbaga huhusgahan ka, paano ba to? Ano ba yung mga phrases or terms nun pag nagpi-people please, parang hahanap ng attention.
Papansin.
Right?
Papansin.
Husgahan ka na papansin. When in reality, that's a real need na you are trying to please someone because there's an unmet need. Kasi nga, hindi ka na-provide nung love dati eh. So, hindi ka nabigyan ng attention eh. So, as an adult, hahanapin mo talaga yan. No matter what. Pero because of people judging you, papansin ka, so lalo kang magtatago.
Kasi it becomes shameful.
Yeah. And we are shame-based culture.
Yes.
So, magsalita ka ng ganyan, hush! Diyan papasok ng mga marites, kung ano yung mga masasakit ng mga salita ka, right? So, because of that, instead na, yun nga, yung people pleaser, may need siya dun eh. I want to be attended to. I want to be loved. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. Kaya lang, hindi niya nakukuha ng maayos. Kasi nga, dun pa lang sa, as early as, preschool, hindi niya nakuha yun. So, nung adult na siya, hahanap-hanapin niya talaga. As growing up, talagang kukunin niya yun. So, ibig sabihin, kung merong awareness na may ganung tendency, so parang siguro, from there, you can seek professional help, kaya you can ask someone na you feel safe. Kasi mahirap mag-open up, mag-share.
Kung kani-kanino na, hindi ko na sure.
In conversations, there can be healing already.
Yeah.
Right? So for example, in a conversation, if you feel na hindi ka hinuhusgahan, mas madaling maglabas. So meron kang space to be seen and heard. There's a space for me to be me. So doon na di-develop yung real self, true self. Because kahit gaano ka baho, ka pangit yung pinagdaanan ko, pero, and yet there's someone who understands, who doesn't judge kung saan ako nanggagaling. That's a space for me to heal already. So kung may ganon, na you can just share with someone na you won't be judged. From there, start na siya.
And from there, I think yung pagfo-foster mo rin dun sa family that you're building, doon din mafo-foster yung care dun sa mga bata. Kasi maa-attend mo eh.
Exactly. That's called modeling. So, kung ano yung how you conduct your life, paano ka magbe-behave in front of the kids, in their eyes, nakikita nila how you also behave. So, napipick up nila yun from you.
I see. So, I think, no, wala talaga siyang like, the only way for you to really I wouldn't say to master, but to really work on yung ma-develop, I mean, para maiwasan yung paulit-ulit, like this pattern, this dynamics that you've been, is of course to really fight. And I think, no, kami ni Nins, no, God blessed us with Miss Tony, that we were able to meet her before we got married. Hindi, kasi honestly, before we got married, we were able to meet her. And that's the time na somehow, malaking chunk nun eh. Talagang yung malaking chunk nung hurts namin was dealt right there and then before we got married. So, doon kami nagkaroon ng awareness and on, yung pati sa mga bata. Kaya nung si Sky lumalaki, talagang baby wearing, di ba? Love yung baby wearing, tamang kain, yung talagang close enough, tapos breastfeeding. Kasi nandun yung parang we have to tend to ourselves. That's when we start to tend to the needs of our kids. Kasi if we're not aware, we could have done the same pattern as what our parents.
And how do you feel about it na you
Yeah.
get to recall those moments na, oh,
Yes, it's the aha moment. And I feel relieved and happy. I may not say that we are 100%, we're still in the process actually as we speak, no. May kanya-kanya kaming mga like hugot pa rin. Pero it's not for me, it's not important to na ay di pa kayo perfect, di pa kayo ayos. But what is important for me now is that I'm aware, I'm in the moment, that bukas yung mata ko. Kasi otherwise, kung hindi, if I'm not aware to what's happening, I could just unconsciously pass everything. My pain, my hurt, even my decision making. I didn't realize that my decisions are already affecting my family and my kids. Because I wasn't aware. But because I dealt with it right there and then, well, it's a good thing that I was given that actually binigay ni Miss Tony sa akin was para siya yung the basics. Yung parang binigyan mo kami ng platform. Binigyan mo kami sa Guan. Bahala kayo sumagwan. Pero bibigyan ko kayong gamit. Hindi kayo sumagwan. You have to find your own. Pero bigyan ko kayo ng tools. She gave us the tools. And it's really important because all the things that she was saying, it's actually right on the spot talaga, no? And may tinatawag tayong, yun nga, yung false self. And this is actually under din sa object relations theory. Kasi once na hindi na-meet ang needs ng isang bata because of that, parang tinatawag dito, yung may hindi talaga siya na-meet, dito nagfo-form yung defense mechanisms. Yung, as I researched, ito yung meron, transference and counter-transference. Dito rin siya na-form. Pero majority, technical terms, no? Pero dito na-form yung defense mechanism. So, as I have researched, this is the distancing from reality, the distortion, disassociation, denial, regression, projection, displacement. And this is caused by you are trying to parang fill in something that's a void.
So,
right?
For example, yung people please.
Yes.
So, dyan siya magpo-fall sa defense mechanism.
Yes. And yung false self nga na sinasabi natin.
Yeah. So, yung false self, it's a mask.
Mm-mm.
And a needed mask for that moment kasi masakit eh. Pag wala yung mask, harapin mo yung katotohanan na neglected ako, pinaramdam sa akin na hindi ako importante, hindi ako pinakinggan, hindi ako nakikita, wala akong kwenta. So that's why we have the mask ourselves.
Is having a mask really bad at all? Is it something negative? Is it necessary? Kasi when I think of like the false self, parang ang connotation ko dyan is negative kagad eh. Kasi false. Is it? Can you tell me more about it? Is it something that we should veer away from?
Sige, the way I understand it.
Okay, sige lang.
Maganda sa akin.
Hindi, sige, the way you understand, Miss Tony. Yes.
So, for example, dun sa dissociation, so it's more of a disconnection yun eh. So, if you are in a situation, for example, may mga judgmental words na or attacks, right? Wala, meron ka lang, iyak ka lang, sabihin natin, imo mo naman. So, imbes na mag-open up ka, wholeheartedly showing your true self, you would hide.
Yes.
And that's hiding is the false self. So, part of hiding yourself, ang false self mo dun, pwedeng people please ka na. So, instead of sharing your feelings, pwede mong yung sabi, nga, no, ganyan ako, imo nga ako, ganyan. Tapos, lagi ipiplease mo na yung taong nag-judge sa'yo.
Or ibubuli mo yung iba. Na imo ka, ganyan.
Yeah, so pasapahasahan lang.
Yes.
So, imbes na harapin mo yung problema mo, you're also fighting for your psychological health or self. Yun nga, bubuli mo yung iba. Kasi part of your hiding is you need to do something about it. So maraming mga ano yan maraming mga examples. So isa lang doon yung nga yung sa people please o kaya nang bubuli. So for example, yung gusto natin marites.
Which is very common. Okay.
Wala akong anything against. Ang pagkakaintindi ko lang doon, it's our way of surviving at that moment. Siguro, ang
escapism din.
Kasi, kumbaga, sobra ka ng maraming problema. So, pag napag-usapan mo yung problema ng iba, wala ka doon sa problema mo.
Exactly. It's a form of escapism, di ba?
So, at least, na-entertain ka dito sa kabila. It's also projection nito kasi ayaw mo harapin to, right?
Yes. I never realized that.
Nakikita mo yung issue ng iba. So, at least, probably it's a release.
Yes.
Kasi you cannot bear feeling your own
issues.
My. So, when you do that to others, it's your way to cope. Again, it's valid, it's normal. Ang tanong ulit, ano ba siya? Healthy ba siya for you?
So the question now, is it bad to have a mask?
If magko-cause siya ng disconnection from yourself, not really opening up your true self, hindi siya makabuti sa'yo. Kasi again, neurologically, the more you defend yourself, the more, kasi it's caused by stress yan. Yung trauma, obviously, diba, nagpo-cause ng stress.
Yes.
So, for you, bumaba yung stress, hindi mababa Yung pa rin yung manifestation ng stress Yung mga defense mechanism na yan Naghahanap lang tayo ng way how to express it in a way na yun yung dun tayo comfortable. Pero it doesn't follow na healthy siya. Pwede mo siyang gawin, for all your life, but you will never know who you are. Because you keep on running away from yourself. You keep on using all these defenses. What are you defending yourself from? So instead of you focusing on the pain, you keep on running away, moving against yourself, moving forward to the people na sinasaktan ka na, and yet you still go to that person.
The question, what nag-stick sa akin, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to defend yourself from? It's actually a question of when we are masking. And we are trying, kasi sometimes unconsciously you mask Kasi it's kumbaga it's the automatic siya Pero the question is to find out where is it coming from. What are you trying to defend yourself from? I think you can find the answer. Kasi when I come to think of it now, I have that. Parang what are you trying to defend?
How do you feel about it?
I feel like it's I feel like first relieved. Kasi I feel relieved dahil na may mga questions ako na wow, what am I trying to defend? I feel most of the conversation that we have there just talking about parang ganun. Para it's okay. But kasi nga, like what I told the viewers last time is about my defectiveness. What I'm trying to defend myself from is from my defectiveness. That people won't see my defectiveness.
How do you feel about it?
I feel bad because I feel like, and when I see myself right now, and kumbaga kung bibigyan ko ng score yung sarili ko, I give it an 8, honestly, here, in my head, I would. Kasi, not a lot of people not a lot, pero I mean, at this stage, at the rate that I am right now, so parang, pat inabak ako dito dahil, kumbaga parang,
you have so much courage.
I have kasi not like the pain itself, just facing your traumas and your fear, just saying
you are defective.
Yes, exactly. That's a lot. Yes, and seeing myself that there's something wrong with it, but I can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I could, there's that Pero the problem here is that, kaya nga sanabi ni Miss Tony, we are feelings being. And growing up, maliit ka pa lang, bit-bit mo na yan. No? So, it's like here, there's an inner conflict every day, every day. So,
Yeah.
how do you,
Yung inner conflict na yun, pwede siya ma-term na yung mga inner child mo.
inner child, inner healing?
Yeah.
Ayan,
So, for example, if I may ask, how old are you now?
I'm 40.
Siyempre, mas matanda ako.
Kasi we just met
Yeah.
2012. Ayoko na magbilang.
Sige.
Okay.
Kidding aside.
Okay.
So, kumbaga, iba yung sa psychological birth.
Yes.
Yeah, so may psychological age. So if you are 40 and yet there were situations in the past in your life na you get stuck emotionally.
Yes.
So pwedeng sabihin ng psychological age mo is 8 years old. Kung ano yung mga...
Oh my! Yes.
Mm.
I remember. Kasi I know someone na sa second childhood. Yun na yun. Hindi ko na sasabihin kung sino. Basta nasa second child. So now I understand why it happens.
Yeah.
Kasi they are in the verge of, kasi when I talk to that person, she's in the verge of, I think she is now starting to journey to herself na. Nag-i-start pa lang siya ngayon. So ngayon pa lang niya hinaharap at her age of 57. So, kaya nagulat ako kasi may second childhood. So parang yung, what? Oo, kaya pala may sinasabi sa nagmumurang kamatis, meron yung mga tumatandang paatras. Nagre-regress. It's because of, meron tayo sinatawag yung psychological age kasi meron din parang a point wherein doon pa lang nila.
May tinatawag na, although I need to,
yes,
parang i-review agad, pero may term na kasi psychological birth. Parang doon mo lang nag-connect yung
yeah.
Kung puro negative yung experiences mo, hindi mag-grow yung mga chronologically, dapat 40, right?
Yes.
So, dapat yung psychological age mo,
nagmamatch.
So, kung marami kang pinagdaanan in the past, for example, nung baby ka, toddler, puro trauma and abuse yung pinagdaanan mo, so bit-bit din siya. So, 40 ka ngayon, pero yet, marami, may 8 years old, may 1 year old, 15 years old.
So, ang daming bata, no? Maraming age, maraming
layers. Yeah.
Oh,
and per layer, it involves
processing.
Sub-layers. Oh.
So, pag pinrocess mo yan, hindi lang. So, yung layers, tapos yung sub-layers of each psychological age.
Yeah. And per sub-layer din, siguro, may mga unmet need yan, corresponding needs.
Yes.
So, you cannot just generalize na, I'm okay.
Yes, that's true.
Tapos husgahan ka. Ano ba yan? Ang imo mo na, bagal mo naman, move on na.
Oh my.
And then, retract ka na naman. Parang shaming na naman.
Kaya may kanta, di ba? Hiding inside myself. Kasi, I think it's a perfect, kasi it's masking, no? You babalik ka kasi parang,
And this is our reality. It's really happening. Right? So, kaya siya nakakalungkot kasi, yun nga na, ganito yung nangyayari sa bansa natin. So, kumbaga, ano ba yung need? Kaya nga, I'm really thankful at least. Nandun yung courage mo talaga. And I think wala dun yung defectiveness because you are fighting for that self na alam mo sa sarili mo you are not.
Oh my. Paano ako bigla? Ala. Yun talagang nafe-feel ko. Parang nandun ako sa parang, yung tama yung sinabi mo kanina, parang dito nalulunod ka. Dito yung ulong, pero nalulunod yung ilalim mo. Pero pinipilit mong ilutang yung sarili mo dun sa kasi yun eh. I think yung self-journey, hindi siya natatapos sa tinala kasi parang you're fighting. Every day you are fighting for yourself. Kasi all along you've been ipinaniwala ka nila sa something na you're not. No?
Can you
Parang
say,
I'm not defective. I'm not. Of course not. No, I'm not. So, hindi ko na-expect to. Nag-interview ako umiyak. Dapat ikaw hindi. So, Tony talks, pero ako umiyak. Hindi, pero it's ano, and I just realized, no, na parang yung sense of, thank you, anak. Yung sense of, when I heard na you're trying to save yourself, it is. Nandun ako sa stage ngayon na parang, I have to, kasi I cannot rely to people eh. I mean, they could be a guide, but I am the one liable, I am the one responsible to myself. No one else. So, kung meron man kailangan mag-work doon, hindi ko pwedeng gawing accountable yung ate ko or yung nanay ko or kung sino man. I cannot hold them accountable, but I can be accountable to myself. So, siguro kaya lang ako naiyak kasi parang yung perfect yung word eh, na parang nandun ako sa stage ngayon na I'm trying to save myself. Kasi it's a desperate call for help na rin. For how many years na you've been told like this, you've been made you believe that you are this, like that. Pero when I come to see myself, nakikita ko sa sarili ko, wala, okay naman. Oo, hindi. I mean, I'm not perfect, no? Pero I mean,
kaya mo nga humarap sa kanila eh.
Exactly. And I think, parang it's a good way for me to really, I think this podcast is really my way to really, actually, it's just like talking to myself then. I think it's my way of talking to myself then. And I'm so fascinated with what you said, Miss Tony, about yun nga, when you have that false self, a lot of people are in that. Even Nina has that. No? Number one, even, yeah. We all have that. But what can we do? How can we foster the true self? How can we let it out?
Sige, okay lang na gamitin ko yung nangyari sa'yo ngayon.
Okay, sige. Okay, Doc.
Ano lang pakiramdam mo na you cried when you heard na you are fighting yourself? From that moment on,
I felt hurt. I felt that someone saw what I'm going through. Yun.
then stay with that na. So, go back to your body. Ano yung pakiramdam mo ngayon na you heard yourself. I mean, siguro in-assist kita, right?
Yeah.
Pero the mere fact na you're able to say that and hear yourself, anong pakiramdam na sa'yo? Physically, emotionally?
I felt parang na may na-lift. It's like a sort of like a validation to my ear then. Na parang, uy, oo nga. Kasi sometimes when there are things that you're trying to find the right words, but you cannot, like yung word na defect, no? Parang I try to search the things, pero lagi lang siyang parang personification of things lang, no? Like kung bibigyan ko lang ng litrato to or yung imagery, to. Pero nung nalagyan siya ng word, it really resonated within. So when she said, it's like try to save your life, parang, okay, yun eh. This is what's happening to me. And this is why I'm really trying to learn more about all these things. Why I'm really passionate about psychology and, and I also try to help other people in my way. Pero it's because that saving also was what I needed,
Probably na, let's say na hindi ka nag-iisa sa ganyan journey. And kaya nga na-appreciate ko kasi you have so much courage. Just to tell the world na this is you. And probably, hindi ko alam kung you're also waiting na to tell yourself na, uy, the whole world, I'm telling you, wala akong defect. I'm not defective. Make me ganun.
Yeah, parang nandun ako sa stage ngayon na I wanted to just, kasi grabe, kung maging sa itinanim, tanim na tanim talaga eh.
Yun yung feeling belief.
Oo, yung feeling belief. Na kahit anong paniwala ng utak mo na hindi, pero yung dito, hindi eh, parang hindi sila magtugma. And that's what I'm fighting. Kasi, parang, you're not the typical guy, or you're ganito ka, tapos, ganito, sayang ka, ganito, may mga ganong terms sa parang,
yung sinasabi mong fighting, yung mga words.
Yes, and also fighting that That, kasi in my head, I know, there's a lot of things that I can do. Is that some, parang, kung pwede nga lang sabihin sa, parang gano'n.
Parang
Parang,
validation lang siya na because of the things you're doing.
yeah, parang,
Parang alam mo yun, just testing the
Oh.
reality. Uy, hindi naman eh.
Oo.
Kasi ito, nagawa ko.
Exactly. And it's hard kasi all my life I've been trying to put that facade of,
Ano
na,
pakaramdam ng gano'n?
ngayon honestly, dumarating na ako sa point na wala na akong pake. I'm so tired. I'm so done. I don't care anymore. Siguro that's the reason why I'm here. It's like, parang, nandun na yung, nararamdaman ko na parang, kaya nga siguro nung nag-usap tayo kanina, it's all about me. Just like, I have to care. Nandun na yung, I have to start caring for myself, for who I am.
Pakiramdam mo doon, just hearing yourself na I have to care for myself.
It's relieving and assuring. So do you really, can you be able to outgrow that? Kasi you can never remove that, no? Pero you can outgrow.
And you just did.
Oh.
Hindi siya 100%.
Yes.
Totally parang 180 degree shift, right? Pero the mere fact na yung mga sinabi mo sa sarili mo, ang pagkakaintindi ko doon, may ano na siya. May something na siya nangyayari inside. So, kumbaga, yung seed, nag-grow na siya. Siguro, meron na siyang sprout.
Yeah.
Hindi man siya tree or may fruits na siya.
Yeah.
Right? Pero yung kung nasan ka ngayon, parang it's more of honoring your space. Where are you?
Wow! I like the word honoring your space. And I think that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to honor who I am. I'm trying to honor my capabilities and my gifts. I'm trying to honor what God has provided me. I'm trying to honor my space, my life, my family.
Yeah.
What I have right now.
And with that, anong feelings? Parang
integrated, yes. And I feel connected to it.
And yung physical.
Yeah, I feel lifted. Really, I think it's about time. It's about time to have that gratitude. Kasi it's so hard for me to before it was hard for me to accept yung like yung thank yous, yung like yung galing mo, ganda, para I could not. It's hard kasi galing mo. Parang
ngayon ba
nadidiri nga ako minsan
nagsisink in na siya.
It's easier for me. Even appreciating myself.
Ayun, yun. Kumbaga, isa na siya dun sa layer.
So, nandun na siya sa, okay. Kasi, before, even when I perform, it's hard for me, like, when someone passes me, baka maniwala.
Yeah.
Even hearing myself singing, I despise, pangit naman yung despise. Yeah. Pero parang yung distaste ko sa sarili kong boses.
All throughout your life, nakatatak siya, nakatattoo na sa utak mo na you are a defect. So, paano sa isang word na, uy, galing mo hindi siya magsisinkin agad.
Di talaga. Pero when you said you like to honor, it's a good word. And actually, I'm gonna use that word all the time. This is the way to honor. It's more of like, it's in a respectful manner. Like even us, even my kids, we do something great. Even if at times we feel like parang wala tayong, if we fail, sometimes we did something, or sometimes we, nagre-regress tayo, or may mga bumabalik tayo. Pero the fact that we honor what we do is a very big step.
And that's a space where your true self comes out. Because, respect it. Diba? When you honor that space in you, you are, wala siyang pumapasok na stress, na pressure, na judgment. It's, this is me. And it's okay. Walang mali sa akin. Because I am me. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
Because that's the space you are honoring. So now comes your true self. mas madali siyang ilabas.
So that's how you foster your
Hindi siya manggagaling sa labas agad. It should be coming from you muna.
from the inside.
Kasi katulad nun, ang galing mo Hindi mo siya ma-sink in. Pero ngayon, nagsisink in na siya kasi natanggap mo na siya eh.
Yeah.
Sabihin, ikaw mismo, may honoring na dun eh.
Yeah,
Kaya pag sinabihan ka nun, pumasok na siya. Kasi it started from you. So parang ano lang siya. Paano mo matatanggap mo yung affirmation ng iba because nanggaling siya sa'yo mismo. Nawala na hindi naman nawala, parang it's more of nababawasan.
Yung mga self-talk.
Labels na binigay sa'yo. So the more, habang awareness, habang pinaprocess mo siya, nagbabawas ka. So yung mga positive experiences, siya naman yung pumapasok.
And how long does it take? Feel like in your experience, like in your clients, like how long typically? I mean, there's no typical, no. I mean, I also experienced kasi ako like 6 months. Di pa rin talaga rin eh. Until 6 months lang kami, pero until now nasa process pa rin ako. Pero I mean, like in your case,
ano siya? I cannot parang definite 10 months, 1 year.
Okay ka na. Parang hindi parang sakit lang na.
Kasi the more you pressure yourself, na I need to be okay na. The more you are disconnecting yourself. Kasi you're putting pressure eh. Imbes na honor, na ito yung kaya ko for now, for today.
Okay.
Pag nagbigay ka ng timeline, dapat tapos ka na. So, nat-stress mo yung sarili mo. So, nawala yung honor din doon sa space mo. Kasi, pinalagyan mo na pressure yung sarili mo. So, tatagal ka. So, it really depends on the person. So, pwede siyang months, years. It really depends, especially yung severity ng pinagdaanan mo.
Okay.
Kung gaano rin siya hugot, yung experiences mo, kung gaano siya layo. So, I cannot say na parang one size fits all. There's no such thing.
Yeah.
Na yung pinanggalingan ko, dapat ganun ka rin. Ganun tayong Pilipino, right?
Dapat, ako kaya ko nga yan eh. Pagdaan ako ngayon, dapat kaya mo rin.
Pero for those people who are saying that, again, that's valid. And again, meron din siguro pinagdadaanan niya. Kasi it's that person's way to, cope siguro. So, kaya doon papasok yung parang compassion sa isa't isa. Maski yung taong yun, verbally abusive, sobrang judgmental, because meron din siyang broken din siya.
Yes.
May pinagdaanan din siya. And that's his way of...
Actually, that's what I learned. I learned it the hard way. Is that we cannot judge people on the aspect of course, no, there are boundaries, no? That pag nasagasaan, of course, we feel bad if we feel angry if our boundaries are Pero we also have to understand that these people, pag lumapasok sila sa boundaries natin, they're not even aware. And usually, may mga pinaguhugutan din sila talaga. That if we try to look at them in a lens of trying to learn more about them, where they are coming from, you would be surprised how broken they are.
I think yun yung kailangan natin sa lahat. Hindi yung sarili natin lens and then for us to judge.
Yes.
It's more of yung kasasabi mo lang. And what if madaming jet na gano'n? Ano kayang mundo natin nun?
Yeah.
Nandun yung compassion.
Yeah.
Nandun yung bagong lens na maski inaataka na, parang nandun yung lens mo na this person may pinagdadaanan.
Yeah. And it's hard kasi for me, lalo na with that kind of heaviness that I had growing up, pag ako ay triggered, I'm easily triggered. But pag bumalik ako doon sa self, then I would think, I had this experience, no? I remember, yung nag-trip kami sa Japan. Naalala mo yun, yung kami na ni Insa, nagpunta kami because like my sister and I, we're not really close kasi laki talaga ng gap namin, no? But just to put it out there, I love my sister. But, there are things that, talagang hindi talaga it will not be the same, hindi talaga mag-work as what most people would expect us to work. Ganon, no? May setup kami na kami lang talaga yon. Pero it doesn't mean na hindi namin mahal ang isa't isa. So that's how I understood it now. Pero there was this time na she did something that I was really triggered. We were on a train. Tapos, ano yung kwento na nasa train tayo nun, di ba? Tapos, we were supposed to leave na sabay-sabay. Tapos nauna na lang sila, iniwan na lang kami. Hindi namin alam kasi bullet train yun eh.
From station, yung regular train muna.
Tapos
muna tayo dun sa bullet train.
Yes, oo. So, parang hinayaan nila kami. Figure it out yourself, parang gano'n. May dalawa akong bata. Hindi mo naman pwede patakbuhin yan, di ba? So, parang, I felt, tapos may oras pa eh. Alam mo naman, sa Japan, di ba? Parang, wala man lang nag-antay sa inyo, wala man nag-assist sa amin, hindi naman namin alam kung saan to. First time namin mag-bullet train. Sobrang stress. So, parang, you just left. Tapos parang you left us there. Tapos I felt abandoned. And then I felt hurt for my family.
Yeah.
Kasi parang, may mga anak ako, parang ano to, parang gano'n, no? Tapos galit na galit ako. Kasi it was like, syempre, di ba, yung feeling mo na parang, ay, bakit ganito, ganyan? Tapos I was in the train station. Alam mo yung, I don't know where I got that, pero tinagtakip ata ako ng kumot or whatever. Tapos parang, I prayed. And I went deep sa prayer. Kasi sabi ko, Lord, sabi ko, give me that wisdom, that understanding. Kasi sabi ko, kung sa feelings ko lang, madadagdagan na naman yung galit ko sa kapatid ko. Madadagdagan na naman yung hurt.
Yeah.
So sabi ko, hirapan ako nito. Kasi yung abandonment, parang pinabayaan ko, ito na naman. Parang may nag-surface na naman na, may dalawa pa akong anak, tapos may asawa pa ako na ganito, nataawa ako, parang feeling ko kawawang-kawawa kami, pero may ganun akong feeling.
Yeah.
But when I went down, and I was praying, well, I'm a Catholic, pero that time, I was praying. Tapos, I was praying the rosary din. Tapos parang I was praying so hard. Alam mo, after that, pagbaba ko ng train, I felt better, you know why? Because something in me told me, she didn't even know that she was doing that. She wasn't even aware that she was already doing that.
So may compassion ka na.
There was, in the midst. Sabi ko, oo nga. What if she never intended, the intention is wrong.
Yeah.
Kasi, I don't know where she's coming. But I don't think that the intention was, I didn't mean that the intention was bad. Na hindi naman niya yun sasadyain. I don't think that sasadyain niyang gawin yun. Kung wala siyang rason. Oo. Kasi parang, I think, sa ano ko noon that time, hindi siya yun, she would do things na, very, yung tawag doon, yung reckless decision, impulsive. She's very impulsive right there and then. But then, she would never intend or intentionally hurt people.
Knowing na you have kids.
Yes. Pero, ano nga kasi siya parang meron siyang, alam mo yun, may parang, wala, sa gagawin gusto, may ganun siya. So, pero of course, may boundary, no? Pero on my part, I was thinking na, meron din siyang pinagugutan. Meron din siyang, bakit hindi niya napansin yon? Bakit hindi siya aware? But why isn't that she's not sensitive enough that time? So, maybe because of this, like that. So, nung nakikita ko na yung okay. Now that, ngayon mas naging klaro sa akin kung sino siya. That's where I mas na-understand ko na. Kaya nung huling nag-usap kami ng kapatid ko, and I hope that she's watching, na she's never a bad person. It's just that she grew up in a very dysfunctional, I would say, very unlikely environment. She had so much hurt. That's why she has to defend herself most of the time.
She needs to defend herself.
She has to survive. she has to be an adult at a young age. So, and I felt that strongly. So, kaya ngayon, imbis na galit yung nararamdaman ko sa sister ko, ang nararamdaman ko sa kanya is I want to be that person that she needed when she was young. Because she didn't had someone growing up. And I want me to become that person. Even though that I know that she has that, may mga, ano pa rin siya, may mga avoidant patterns pa rin siya. Oo, pero I understand where she's coming from.
Right now, you're getting emotional.
Yes. Kasi naawa ko sa kapatid ko. Naawa ko sa kanya. Kasi she doesn't deserve that. She's a good person, I know.
Parang ramdam mo yung hurt kung saan din siya.
Saan din siya nagagalit. I understand. So, we're lucky enough din, siguro, in our family, magbubuhat na ako ng bangko, that there was this person who was very open to all this. Kasi kung sarado rin ako, I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe it's gonna be like the same pattern. So, yun. Parang feeling ko lang naman na parang nandun ako sa, parang, sila kasi parang, oh, let's keep it under the rug.
Yeah.
Shrug it under the rug. We don't talk about all this.
Because it's easier.
It's easier and mas less painful on my part. The more it's painful, the more as I dive. Yun yung, siguro I believe that there is grace under pain.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that. There's grace under pain.
So the more there's pain, the more you dive. Pero yung good pain, pain naman na yung masalimuot na yung buhat, sige, dive pa rin tayo without understanding where you're coming from.
Oh, may ganun.
Yeah, yes, there is, diba?
Different ways to survive sleep.
Yeah, that's how they cope.
Yeah.
And I think, though, that summarizes the talk. No, it's already 1 hour and 28 minutes, and I've never, ako yung naiyak eh. Di ba, parang in a sense, kasi, this is very close to my heart, and, that experience na natap mo yung sarili mo was a great gift. Na parang for me, na I was able to help my wife, to be with my kids, I'm not a 100% perfect father, but I'm able to help them to process what they feel. Not 100%, but, at least I had that tool. Good enough, no? So, and I'm able to, sabi ko nga, parang badge of honor ko yung mga sakit na, na parang, and I'm thankful because of Miss Tony. So, because she was the one who helped us to, so sabi ko nga, siguro it's my way of giving back. So, siguro nandun din yung passion. Paano ako nagiging Chris Aquino? Yung nanginginig yung boses. Alam mo, Tito Boy. Nakakainis. Naiiyak na ako. Tapos Chris Aquino na yung...
Parang mo, tono mo.
Diba, Tito Boy? Parang ganon. Hindi, pero thank you so much because you paved the way for other people to discover themselves. And it's because of God that God led you to become an instrument to help other people as well. And I think it's also that part of me. It's also paving a way for other people through the platform to other people that I journey with. So it's also my way of paving that self-discovery because I think what the world needs today is, diba, the only way we could heal the world right now is not through the external, things, but discovering what is in the inside. Kasi I think the answer lies within us, no? Kasi yung mga needs natin, hindi na natin makukuha yan sa mga namatay nating parents or sa mga matatanda na hindi na nila naiintindihan tong mga nangyayaring ito na pinag-uusapan natin. Masyado na tong malalim sa kanila. Pero what we can only do is for ourselves. It's our accountability. It's our responsibility to bring forth ourselves and, become better.
And sharing that space. Na
Yes.
okay lang pala. Right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hindi, baga mahirap expose, pero you did it eh.
Yeah.
So I just pray na you will really touch so many people by just telling them na, oh, it's okay to cry like this.
Yeah. Okay lang maging Chris Aquino.
It's
And-
okay to show yourself.
And yun nga, if you have something to share with them, and parang pangat naman last few words, no? Pero if you have something to share, like, what do you want people to know, or if there's something that you need to,
Okay na ako na you let me like process in a way.
yes,
Kasi ako baga yung goal ko is for them to know na hope is there. Na
yeah,
what you just did, yun na yun eh. Hindi natin kailangan ng magarbong something
yeah,
just to get healing. Just by having a conversation na you feel heard and seen,
mm,
hopefully yun din yung makuha nila.
yeah,
We don't need to use yung mga yun nga, mga masasakit na salita, right? Mga labels na hindi maganda because it's not really worth it.
mm,
So, the more we do that, the more we hurt ourselves. The more we do that, the more we hurt others. But by just acknowledging, yun nga, yung validating, recognizing na, oh, this is my space. My space is just for me to hear myself and it's okay, it's valid. Yun na siya. And I just hope magamit yung platform mo just to reach out to people na who are in the similar or same situation. They also want to be heard and seen na yung ginawa mo, kaya ko rin gawin yan. Right?
Well, kung kaya rin talaga nila yan. Kasi it's really hard to speak up, especially if the world is telling you not to.
Yeah.
In a world where
Yes.
people are very full of themselves and they just want to, well, what matters to them is just their,
Sorry, nag-ano lang sa akin, you're fighting for them also.
yes,
Right?
yes. I'm also doing this because I think that is what we need right now, and a little bit compassion for people. People may have hurt us. I mean, of course, no, alam mo, patayin yung anak mo, compassion pa rin. Of course, if you feel angry, you feel angry. Get mad, of course. But at the end of the day, diba, you have to realize something, that these people, they also have these things that they could not comprehend. And thank you so much, Miss Tony, for gracing my third episode here in the podcast title is The Soul Space, which is,
I like it.
yeah, you honor the space. Well, the soul space, it's because it talks not just the psychological, but it's more of like the soul thing also. And in case na they also want to get in touch with you, yan, so you could reach out to where do they get in touch in case they need some a little bit of life coaching here and there.
Coaching,
Sa
ngayon, di pa umaandar sa isip ko eh.
But yeah, in case.
Doon na lang sa number.
Yeah. So I would put it in the comment section or here dito sa screen. You can contact Miss Tony Valderrama D. Okay, for info. And I hope that this podcast reach out to everybody. So kung ano man yung nakita at narinig nyo ngayon, that is the epitome of what I have experienced from her, and that is the reason why I am here right now. It's because I have a safe space where I can be myself and I could just speak whatever it is on my mind. I remember the first line that she said to me in 2012 doon sa kwarto doon sa AGS. Sabi niya, remember that this is your safe space. Nobody can hear you, just me. You are safe here. You can let out everything. I won't judge you. You just have to be yourself. That was the start And that opened up everything. So I hope this would also do the same for you guys. So if you like this, please follow me on my Spotify podcast, also here sa Nina Rayos channel and sa Facebook. The fourth episode would be next week, pero I will savor this moment, this third episode, kasi talaga, sabi ko siya talaga ang mauuna dito
Thank you for
as our
that.
first guest.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And of course, sa susunod, we hope to see you on the next podcast. My name is Jet and this is Miss Tony Valderrama D. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.